everyone, I'm Grahtles, and welcome back to another episode of the Best Start 2 series. This is episode 11, and I did a lot of prep work. I really had to. I started recording all the prep work, and I was like 2 hours in just setting up prep work. So I decided, okay, everything that's in here I've done before, and I'm going to go through it with you, so don't panic. So, I guess we should jump in because we're doing steel, quartz, and SAM in this episode. So we're going to do fluctuators, we're going to make steel pipes, steel beams, encased beams, and silica and quartz crystal. So let's jump in. I am next to a building. So anyway, this is our, blueprint for our belt bus. I'm just gonna quickly fill that in. Don't look. I'm gonna do this one too. There. Alright. So anyway, this is our belt bus that we brought in all the iron and the copper and the concrete and stuff like that. I was gonna pick up that present. I'm not gonna do it because then I'm gonna ruin the flow. Anyway, I set up another belt bus underneath to bring in, let's show you. I'm not going to delete the whole thing. There we go. To bring in the quartz, the SAM, more quartz, the iron, and the coal. So we have two pure coal quartz nodes. We have a normal SAM node. We have a pure iron node and two normal coal nodes. So that is where we were setting up our steel. Anyway, I'm going to bring you down there and show you what I've done. I'm going to kick his ass. Fucking A. I got to mute my fucking Discord. Alright, so here we are. And as you can see, I'm bringing in the SAM, I'm bringing in the iron, and I'm bringing in the coal. If you don't know how to run these belt buses, I did it in an earlier episode. And you can go back and check and see where I ran these belt buses. I did exactly the same thing for this. So anyway, I brought the SAM coal and the quartz out of this thing. Not very nice, not very cleanly, but efficiently. It's working. The iron, that's getting put up in there, and so is the coal. Alright, so let's head back since you got kind of an understanding of what's going on, and I'll show you what else I've done. Alright, so you may have noticed there's where our steel factory is going to go, as well as quartz and SAM. We are in our iron factory, and I made these logistics floors kind of just for this purpose, to run some stuff that we need, and we need concrete for encased beams, and we need wire for our fluctuators. So, I'm just going to run out here. So I made this wrap around. These kind of logistics floors are going to be throughout all the buildings that are going to be around our central mega factory thing. And over here I came into a little bit of an issue as far as height goes. I had to change the height because it ran into the cliffs here. So I just ran this all the way around. Pretty simply, I just lifted these up over the problem and went around the whole thing. So this will be a logistics floor in this kind of, it's a mega factory, so that's why everything's attached. So everything is going to be attached with logistics floors and everything else to make it one big mega factory, even though they're individual buildings. So it's going to kind of wrap around all the way around here and come all the way through. This is not the only logistics floor we're going to have throughout here, but this is going to be where, well, one of our major points of where our wire, copper sheets, concrete, and cable will come through. The other floors, I'm not sure. We're going to use other logistics floors, probably tied into where the iron logistics floors are, which is below that and above. So this is the one I needed right now. You may have been thinking, hey, Grahtles, why didn't you use your blueprints? It's because I wanted a little more control over what I brought in when I brought it in, how I brought it in, stuff like that. And so control is huge for me. On height too, I might want to make this a little bit bigger of a logistics floor than the main one for the iron and the stuff coming in that way. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So anyway, this building right here, where our quartz, our SAM, and our steel is coming in, I basically took it from the height of this, brought it down into this kind of squared out building. So where do we go from here? Well, I'm going to go down, and this is where the logistics floor came in. From here, this is going to drop in, and this is not only going to be a logistics floor, but we're going to put SAM on this side. The reason being is it's a normal node, and we can use 300. We only have 480 belts still, not 600. So the 300 is going to be the only thing we can pull in with SAM. It's the only SAM node we have. We do need lights on this side for logistics, but that's neither here or there. I did have a sink here. I was getting rid of some stuff I did not need, so there we go. This floor is going to be for quartz. Quartz, again, we're only running 480. And let me just show you a constructor here. So when we do this, let's say we're going to keep it off of here like that. Alright, so now as you can see, silica comes in. Now, this says 80 per minute is the clock speed. Don't worry about this speed. This is coming in at 48 per minute, which means I'm going to need 10 of these to make it. So that's fine. So 10 times 48 is 480. So I'm going to line this up because of the way the foundations are. I'm going to bring them 5 and 5 on each side, just like this, and have something down the central middle here. And that is how we're going to bring in our quartz to do this. All right, so this is going to be one node of that quartz. It's very dark. You can't see up there. Just going to bring it down to here. I hate that I cannot see a damn thing. We're going to have to climb up there. There we go. All right. So it's going to be coming down from the side a little bit, which is not a big deal. What we're going to do is I'm going to put a splitter down here, and we're going to have it coming in from the back. I'm just going to center it right there. As far as, let's see, I'm going to have to climb back up there again. Sorry for it being so dark. I ran out of crystal oscillators, and I am no longer making crystal quartz or silica or any of those good things, so I'm gonna have to come down here. We're gonna have to just take this floor out a second. That's fine enough to do it that way. I'm gonna come in with this, but I don't like the way it sits in there. I just want to see where it comes here. All right, so that means we're gonna come right about, let's get it centered here, and come down this way. That fits much better. And then we're going to take one of the, let's put the floor back in. I don't know why it's not zooping, but, and again, I apologize that it's so dark. I did not have the right amount of crystal oscillators. Let's see, okay. So here is our quartz crystal. That's quartz crystal, that's quartz crystal. That is SAM. We're going to just bring this down, and we could do this either above here, or we could just bring it to the floor. I think that would be fine. And we have it on straight. Let's straight and go directly into there. All right, now that we've done that, we're going to be setting up. We could just make a little hole here. That's fine. All right. We're going to be setting up our constructors for the quartz crystal. I had a delayed reaction there. We have plenty of room. I think I'm going to keep this somewhere around there. Leave 2 spaces in between. because we do have to merge these and we do have to split these. So anyway, let's go into quartz crystal. Here we go here. This, we have an option. Quartz crystal works out that we can do this a much better way. So let's boost this up. Let's do 48. There we go. 80 per minute. So now all I need is 6 times the 80 is 480. So I'm going to put 3 machines on either side, and that will equal the 480. Whoa, what happened there? 1, 2, there we go. Let's get rid of that. That kind of zoomed out of there. All right, let's grab that. Skip 1, and that'll be the setup for the quartz crystal. Again, we're going to take a splitter. We have the room. We're going to come in from the back. We're going to put this in the middle, just like that. And again, we're going to drop down a lift. So let's go over to here. I'm going to jump on up here. Ladders are amazing. I keep saying that. All right. So now, if we take this from here to here, we could do the same thing we did. Let's come right about here. Take a lift. Put it into here. Now, I kind of like it the way it did it before, where it drops in closer. So we could do that. Perfect. Let's close in the floor. And then let's just belt this to this. Again, I'm sorry it's dark. I wish it wasn't so dark, but when we work on this side for the SAM, it shouldn't be as dark. So anyway, let's finish up the quartz crystal. We're going to go ahead and belt this in, and I'll be back. Alrighty, so now we need power. So we actually have power from our things above, these guys. And I actually dropped some down into the floor. So I'm just going to come in, because I kind of preset up some power. Because now that I've showed you how to do power, it makes it a lot easier when you drop it into the floor. So I'm just going to press 2. Connect the machines. Now you can do power any way you like. I just like it in the floors because it definitely hides it quite a bit. At least from this level, so. Alright, so we're making silica. Let's come over to the middle of here. I think I dropped the electric somewhere around here. We'll find it in a minute. Yeah, it's in the next one. There it is. So let's see. Can I crouch and see it? Yes. We're going to press 2. Alright. So the next thing I need to do is merge these. So this way we can have some kind of storage system. This is coming out though 80 per minute, which is fine to a certain extent, because 80 times 5 is 400. So we're actually going to split up the storage. So that is why when you see the output here, 80 per minute, that is what we're making here. And obviously 8 times 10 would be 800. And so that is why we're going to merge them and split them in half. So that kind of works out the best. So I'm going to grab number 8, press E, and I'm going to put that output going that way until I get to the last one. Then I'm going to switch the output going that way. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so now they're all belted and we just need some storage. Let's come down to here. We do have this whole area here free. We could just line up the storage bins here. We know that this is centered. That is why I love using foundations to center stuff. because it makes it so much easier later on. So I'm just going to take a storage bin here. I'm going to slide it. I'm going to leave a little room. Let's go right here. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Let's come down to here, do the same thing with him. I'm going to do H. I want to see exactly where it comes to. I think it comes back 1. Yeah. Perfect. And then we're going to come to this last one and store it right here. All right, let's belt them in. So now you have options. If you feel like this is not enough storage, you could always delete this belt and put more storage behind it to have a backup of silica, which is not a bad idea. Here, you couldn't really do it, but you could put it next to it. You have plenty of space to kind of back it out like that and do more if you would like. So you could add more storage, which we might do at a later time, but right now this is fine. So this is our Quartz Factory, and everything is working quite nicely. I pretty much really appreciate the way it looks, and it gives it enough space that we're not cluttered. I think it's good. Next part we're going to do is Sam. Sam is going to be a little more difficult. It's a little darker down here, but anyway, we need 2 manufacturers. So let's pop right into manufacturers. Here we are with our manufacturers. I'm going to just push it right up against that wall. Press H. I'm going to come over to here, and that's exactly where I want to be. Gives me enough for an output there. I'm going to do the same thing over in here. I'm going to just come here, press H, and move this up or back. There we go. To there. So now I'm just removing that. I now need a constructor, which I could put anywhere over here. So let's grab a constructor. Let's turn it around to the output there. I'm just going to press H here a second. I want this to be in the middle, which it is, because it's going to split that way and that way. We could bring it up a little bit more. Let's see where we end up here. Could bring it up one more. That is getting stuck inside here. I don't want that. So another option would be to move it back over to here, which is fine, or over to here, which is fine, because this is still center. So let's grab that. I'm going to press H because I'm going to turn on my flashlight here. I definitely need it. I don't know why it wasn't on all the while. This needs to be moved over. And yes, that would work for sure. All right, we're going to put it down. What we're going to do next is take a lift and go like that. Take a lift, go like that, and take a lift and go like that. So now right down the center, we know right here is going to be where we need that. I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to go up by 3. And then remove the ones underneath it. Now I can belt this into here. Belt this into here. And belt this into here. Nothing is bad here. That is good. This, let's see where we're going to come with this. 150. We're going to do the same thing with this one. 150. And then we're going to come over to here. This is going to make the Reanimated Sam at 300. Getting split 150 and 150. I need power. This is great because the power is right here, and I don't mind doing that. We need Sam. So now we could take this, hook it from here, turn it around, take this, and belt it right into there. No issues. We still have a logistics floor here that if we need anything, we can use it. It's fine. Next, we're gonna need to add wire and steel pipe. Steel pipe we don't have yet, and the wire we are belting in. So for now, this is going to conclude Sam. We will add to it once we get the pipes done in the steel factory. Whoa, I just missed that. Nothing new. One thing else I wanted to mention was that we're going to need some dimensional depots on these. So let's just throw one on one and one on the other, and that should be fine. We don't need two on each. It's fine. So yeah, that's the only thing I wanted to add to that. But anyway, let's get started on the steel. So we do know we have 2 things of coal. I'm going to get this present, and I'm going to delete that. There we go. We could run up this way. That works. I say a lot. So over in the setup over there, we had 6 foundries. We split them into 3 and 3, and that is because we split the iron in 2, and each coal had its own setup. I'm gonna stand right here a second. I'm going to... Let's see, how are we going to do this? We want 6 foundries, so let's grab foundries, take a look at this. We're going to need 3. It's not a lot of space there. I wanted to move that up a little bit. Could do it there. Yeah, let's do it there. That's 1, 2, and 3. And let's come from the other side here. I want to make sure this is lined up somewhat and move it down. All right, so let's put down 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so that splits up our foundries quite nicely. And then we're going to have to split up our iron and split up our coal. So if I pop down into here, boom, there we go. That is where we're going to be able to split this up right in here. All right, so what I'm thinking is let's go ahead and we need to make a ladder to get up and down in here a little easier. So let's do this. That'll work. So I'm going to need to put a splitter here. Let's jump up here for iron. So let's do, gosh darn it, I did not mean to do that. All right, so if I press 8, I'm going to put that there. And this will go down the line. All right, so that is set up for iron. Let's belt it in. All right, the next ones, they're going to take their coal. I'm going to put lifts in here. They can point towards the machine. I don't really care too much. All right, next we're going to need splitters from here. So we're going to have the inputs coming from the middle and from the middle. So spin that around. And then let's grab our belts and belt it in. Perfect. I'm going to drop it into here. And again, where's our splitter? Right there. I'm going to put a lift right centered to here and bring that into there. I'm going to bring this one probably that way. That makes sense. And let's grab this one and bring it in this way. Now, technically, we could have left these kind of lifted, but I don't mind running it on the ground since this is our kind of floor for this stuff. So here's our iron. That iron's got to go that way. This one, I think, let's see. Let's do the iron first. Let's take that and put it here. We're going to run it really close to this guy. really close to this guy. And then come right into there. There's our iron. Next, we need coal. I'm going to drop in, let's see, 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to grab that lift. I'm going to bring it to where it would line up with this guy. I think that's pretty darn close, I hope. Let's do the same thing. Let's grab a splitter and just run it right about here. I want to bring that lift down to the approximate height, which would be there. That's fine. And then I'm going to take this belt and do the same thing. We're going to come really close, bring it up, and then we could do the same thing here. Bring it up. And there we go. That looks so much neater and cleaner. But that's kind of how you can get a better, cleaner look. Anyway, we're going to do the same thing with this guy. If I bring it to that height, I'm going to bring this one to this height. Grab this. Come around nice and tight to this one. That's a little lower, isn't it? Yep, that's it. Alright, so now we have all our foundries set up. We're going to have to climb back up and get working on beams and pipes. Alright, so now that we got all the foundries set up, we have to start setting up for our constructors. And our constructors are like this. So we have this. We're going to need to make beams. And then we're going to need to make pipes. So let's select that. So we also have the iron pipe recipe, but I don't have enough iron coming in right now to do this recipe. We're going to split this for now with the regular recipe. So anyway, with this, we need 60 per minute for the steel. And over here, we need 30 per minute for the pipes. Over here, our output of steel, which I didn't select, which I should have selected, of course. So let me go do that. So anyway, this comes out 45 per minute. 45 times 6 is, I have no freaking clue. So 45 times 6 equals 270. Plenty. We could do this all on one belt. So what we're going to do is, first we need some electric to here. And we have the electric right here. So I'm going to just grab that. Actually, let's remove this and this. There we go. Now we can copy that. And let's see if we crouch. We can fit it right there. That is on the wrong thing, isn't it? Yes, it is. There we go. Get rid of that. Alright, perfect. Alright, so now we can grab this, bring it right to there. And then put the, well, we don't want to put that floor back because we have to put the other machines to the power. Let's come back from here. Alright. So now if we press 2, we can connect that to that, that to that. We'll have to delete that a second. And that to that. Perfect. Alright, so we definitely have our electric in there. I'm gonna have to come over to this side. I got stuck. And let's see where we are here. Yes, that would be the second one. Gotta hop over some conveyor belts here. There we go. And that's actually the middle. There we go. So we're going to, let's see, that's going to be the middle there. So remove this one, Actually, it's right there. That's perfect. Let's take... Not the power. Not the power. The wall outlet. Put it there. And connect this to this one over there. And then replace our floors. Alrighty. Alright. Wow, what did I do here? This is a mess. I obviously did not use the right one. It's fine. We can fix it. It just looked really funny, but it's fine. And that one. Oops. There we go. Alright, so now these are running. They're making us steel. That's good. And we gotta figure. Okay, so we got 60 and 30. And I said, let's open up N again. 45 times 6. So, 45 times 6 equals 270. So then if we take 270 and divide it by 90, we get 3. So we could have 3 and 3. 3 doing pipes and 3 doing beams. So we could do this. Let's make a second floor. So what I think we'll do is we're going to merge these together, bring them up to a line, and that makes the most sense. It'll keep it quite simple too, won't it? This is coming out. We got to merge this. So we got to go that way. Why is it not picking up a line? I don't know why it's not picking it up. Usually it does the little line for us, but it's not doing it. It's fine. Alright, we'll come over to here. That's where it's centered. There we go. Alright. So that's what we got so far. We need a ladder. Let's grab a ladder. And I missed the ladder. There we go. Alright. Let's grab this. Gives us a nice little boundary of where we are and what we're doing. Alright. So now we need 6 constructors. We know that our guy here... Let's see, let's put this back a second. I'm gonna take this one out so I could see better. So I'm gonna leave this right here. That is off just a little bit. Darn it. That's why I like to have them in the center of the foundation, so I know every one. Let's see if that's the right one. It's pushed out a little too far. Let's try that one. There we go. That's where that's going to come sit. So we could actually face these constructors this way. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to grab the constructor. Let's center this here. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to do down the end here. Did I come in one? I think I did. Yeah, I did. All right. 1, 2, and 3. Half will be beams. And half will be pipes. There we go. Alright, so down this line we're going to put the splitters. And yeah, I know there's a lot of room, but we're not constrained on space. So why not, right? Alright, so now we have this. We have to grab some electric, pull it up to there. We'll grab this. We're going to bring it into right here. And I could actually, let's do this. We can actually grab that cord right here. and that'll snap it there. So it automatically connects that electric. Then we can grab this, go like that, and like that a minute. Next, I'm gonna grab this, and I gotta remember which one it is. It should be this one. It is. We're gonna bring this up. So next what we can do is grab this out of here. I want it in the floor here. Where is it? It would be right here. Alright, so let's grab that again. And we could put it right against that one. Press 2. Pop it in. Put this there. Perfect. Alright. Now we can come back up. I'm just going to grab off of here. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. And over here. And now, where are you? Let's remove that a second. We could come right about there. And right about there. I'm going to want to connect this to over here. And this one to over here. Alright, now we could fix this. There we go. Alright, now we can hook up the machines. And now we could put the floor back in. Zoop. That way. There we go. Alright, and then we'll get the power to these guys. Perfect. So let's go ahead and press 8. And this is going to be E. And we don't have a lot of space to put them out this way, but I think it'll work out just fine. So let's do this. And we'll go the other way for this. Alright, we'll do this side. Alright. So now we're going to need some storage containers. So I think what we'll do is we'll go to organization and spin this around. And I think right there should be fine. We'll do another one over here. It's a little close. Let's come back a little bit. I think we'll come back to here. Let's see, H. We could probably come right to the edge here. Right about there. I'm going to do the same with this one. Alright, this one we could bring down right from the ground here. And press R to do straight. And on this one, I think what we're going to do is put a lift right here. And then have this go right into there. Alright, so that's going to give us our storage of pipes and beams. Now, what I'm thinking is I'm going to put quite a few of these storage bins on the end here. I think I'm going to line them up, if I can, with this and this. I'm going to do probably 3 of those. There we go. Just going to have this loop from here into there, and from here into here. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to stand here. And this will loop into here. And from here into... Did I turn that the wrong way? I did. There. So then we'll have 3 buckets full of these guys. I'm going to put a dimensional depot on the last one here. Facing that way. And a lift. Alright, so now both pipes and beams... pipes and beams need to come to a certain spot. Because they need to make encased beams, and they also need to be used in our fluctuators. we can actually do a second floor here. And I'd probably do away with the middle section. So probably, let's see, this is the 2, yep. And yeah, we'll bring this all the way across. Anyway, we need to bring pipes and we need to bring wire down into here. So, let's see where we're at. So here's our wire. Here's our concrete. We need to get down to the logistics floor. I'm thinking, how big is this? 1, 2, 3. I'm thinking, let's see. That's the middle. That is the middle. You might want to come from here. And then I might bring this down vertically. All the way down. And we might do a wall to where we need to bring these things. Alright. So here's where we need to drop into. We can do, let's see, a little, let's go E. I want to go maybe something like that in there. All right. As far as the pipes go, we might do that on the other side. So if I were to take out this one would come down vertically. See if I could jump back up here. That would go there. Then we're gonna go all the way up to that floor there. Okay, perfect. Then we're gonna do that same thing where we're gonna take a size 1. Come on. There we go. Vertical. There we go. I mean horizontal. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Alright. So we're gonna drop the wire down on this side. So where were we? Not that one, not that one, this one. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna drop in a floor hole right about there. We're gonna get that to come in. There we go. Alright. Finally. That feels a little better. I'm going to use this as a guide to the middle here. And we're going to take this. It does dip a little bit. I'm not sure I like that, but it is what it is. Let's try that again. Let's do that on default. It kind of dips in. I don't like that. Do it on R. It looks funny. But I'm okay with it. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Alright, let's see what we got over here. We have this guy doing the same thing. We're going to bring this over to about here. No, what we should have done, we should have ran it to here. That's the problem. We dropped it in too low. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Again, it doesn't really matter because it's all the same. I'm gonna run it to there and it's gonna have to, oh my god, I dropped. The frustrations of building without a frickin' hover are true. We're dropping it in. There we go. Yep, that will work. This is going to go down. And so will the other side. Alright, so the only thing left is power. So I just gotta hook up power here. We also are going to need... Actually, there might be power right here we can pull from. That makes more sense, obviously. And then we're just gonna need some wire, which we didn't hook up. But anyway, we're gonna need some storage bins for these guys. Probably over in each end. So we'll do that after we go grab the wire. Alright, over here we're gonna have to drop in concrete as well. I'm gonna just put this right next to there. I'm gonna bring that down to here. Like so. We're gonna jump on here, head back up. That is facing the wrong way. Of course you are. Why wouldn't it be easy for me? Bucket. There we go. Alright, so that is done. I'm gonna fill in this right here. God dang it, like that. Alright. So over in here, let's just complete this wall. Maybe coming across. We might take some of these walls out, I'm not sure, but for now. Over here, we're gonna need some... assemblers. And how do we want to put them? We could probably put two just right next to each other. 1, 2, and we'll do encased beams. Now we could do encased pipes as well, but we're already using the pipes for the fluctuators, so I think we'll just do that and that. Alright, that makes it easier. Because now we can just do this. This can come straight across. Line up with that. This can go in there. This can go in here. And then... that's going to go in there. So once these fill up, then the beams will fill up. So we're going to go ahead and put some storage on these. And then let's see, we need some power. We could do the same thing we did with this one. Take some power from here. Alright, next we just gotta hook it up to the machines. Now we're making encased beams. We have plenty of beams coming through. That is working out well. Let's drop down into our fluctuators here. We just need to set up some storage for these guys. And everybody will get dimensional depots as well. This one's going to sit back a little further. That comes into there. I don't want that in there. That's okay. That could go here. Can't fit a dimensional depot on this one. We're going to have to back that up a little bit in order for that dimensional depot to sit. There we go. Let's fix this. That works. Now we're also going to need a place to either put stairs or an elevator or something. Because right now we don't have any way to get up and down except these silly little ladders. Which is not practical and not going to work in this situation very well. So once we get high enough, we'll just jump right in. There we go. And these guys are getting encased beams. Perfect. We're going to put a dimensional depot on this. They got dimensional depots on them. So we are in business. We now are making steel. We are making pipes, everything, beams, everything we need. This has to come out. This has to come in. Come on. Fine, if you want to do that, and then we'll just erase you. We're making fluctuators. We're making quartz. We've got a whole ton of things going on in this building. It's a kind of all in one building. And I'm going to have to decorate this. Most of this is going to stay the way it is. I think I'm going to double cap these ends like I did here. So this will be a double end here. Let's see. I'm going to go down and do that and that. But otherwise, pretty much what you see is what you're going to get. I'm going to put in windows of my choice. I'm not sure what kind of windows. And probably maybe some catwalking. This is going to probably be where we drive in. We could put some cars in here, whatever we want. And I'm going to close this in somehow. But yeah, this is pretty much how it's going to be. I might take that out and put this in. Let's see. Just kind of equal this out to make it look even. That's going to be a little different. That's going to be probably just all glass. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, yeah, I will be back. Alright, so now we're going to do a little bit of Fixmas. I got up to day 6, and here you go. Alright, so today is day 2. Let's go ahead and find 2. So, I saw it yesterday. It was on the bottom. There it is. Alright, let's see what we get. Ooh, we got some tickets. How many tickets did we get? 25 tickets. I will surely take that. So anyway, we gotta wait for day 4 before we can make any progress in our MAM. Let's take a quick look. Yep, we gotta wait for day 4 to get this guy right here. That's day 4. Alright, so we got our tickets. I'm gonna go ahead and store them over here. And I'll see you again. Alright, so today is day 3. Let's hop on in and see if we can find that 3. This is gonna be rough. Where's 3? That's 1, that's 2. I already did those. 9, 24, 21, 15, 19, 25. No, that says 2025. 18, 22, 7, 8. Where's 3? There's 5. I refuse to cheat. There's 6. That's 17. Is that 20 something? Oh, wait. 3. Found it. Oh, I got a red ornament. There we go. That's what it is. Perfect. Alright, so there it is. Woo. Alright, that was day 3. See you tomorrow. Alright, so today is day 4 of Merry Fixmas. And I gotta find number 4. 15, 21, 17, 10, 9, 6, 8, 4. Alright, let's click it. Ooh, just what we've been looking for. Alrighty, so let's bring that over to our MAM. Yes! Let's do this. I gotta get candy canes and bows. Alright, let's go grab that. We'll grab 100 of each. We could put them back if we don't use them. It's fine. Okie doke. Let's see what we got. Start research. Alrighty. So now, snowmen. Let's do that. Cool. Next one, we need to make Let's see, we need to make these guys. That's more presents, it looks like. And then we also need, let's press E. Again, these guys. And we put them in a smelter. Alright, so let's go get smelters. I don't know why my garage doors won't close. They glitched open. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. This is going to stay this. So we will put the bows back. We will put the candy canes back. We'll grab... I know we're going to need a lot more room than this. We'll just keep expanding on it. It's not a big deal. We'll grab that. Let's do a zoop. Alright, let's go get a smelter. We'll grab a container. My luck, I'm going to fall off this edge. Alright, let's do this. And let's go in here. We'll do one as red. And one as blue. And I did start collecting presents, lots of them. Oh, I did collect more immersive spheres, hard drives, summer sloops, some slugs. I did do that. Actually, let's put those away. Let's do that. Get them out of our way here. Sort. Let's grab these. Let's go. We'll do like that, and then we'll take about half. And this is the wrong one, wasn't it? Oh no, that's the right one. Okay. We'll do that. Now we have to hook up power. There's a power guy somewhere here. There we go. Alright, so they're going to start producing our ornaments. Alright, so let's grab this. And this one. And do that. Alright, let's go back and let's check out that snowman. Alright, let's see what else we got. So we unlocked the snowman guy. I don't know what we could actually do with it. Let's go back here. Let's press this one. We need open-end codex. Day 8 for that. And a gift tree. We need 50 and 50. So I finished making enough bulbs. The Christmas ornaments here that we can unlock that tree. So let's go ahead and do that. So we needed 50, 50, and 50. So 50 of each of the ornaments and 50 of the Christmas tree. 100 of the Christmas tree. We have it. No, 50. 50. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ignore me. 50 of each. So now we can make a Christmas tree. This one we have to wait for day 8. And yeah, let's go ahead and check out the Christmas tree. So instead of a plain tree like that, let's put it on this side. It was a little bit crazy here. It's the one with gifts underneath. We need a couple of more branches and 50 presents. So let's go over here. Let's go grab some more presents. And let's try setting that up now. I need more ornaments of the red. That's fine. We got some more. There we go. Actually, we could stick it right over here. How about that? There we go. That looks nice. Alright, let's put the stuff back, and that'll end it for Fixmas for today. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Alright, so today is day 5 of Fixmas, and we have to look for the number 5. 17, 21, 10, 13, 24. Oh, here it is. 5. And we got coal. Lovely. What a nice present. Alright. Stay tuned for day 6. Alright, so today is day 6. I already found 6. I found 6, I think, the first day. So let's go ahead, open it, and hopefully I don't get coal again. Ooh, I got some skins. I wonder what that means. Let's go check that out. Alright, so I looked it up, and the Christmas skins can go on cars, belts, and pipes. But I don't understand. It's not Doesn't seem to be working. Let's try belts. Oh. Well, it's not working on the cars. But, to be honest, I don't like them. Maybe pipes. We could lay down a pipe and check it out. Let's see. Logistics. Pipe. And then... yeah, we could do it like that. It's only for Christmas. It's fine. It's nothing. So we're just gonna delete it. But anyway, that's what we got today. And, yeah. We'll... oh my god, I hate when that happens. Get off of there. There we go. So anyway, that's day 6, and, yeah. I'll see you next time. Alright, so that's going to conclude today's episode. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate all your support. If you did enjoy the episode, like, subscribe, comment, share. Also, I have memberships, 99 cents and $2.99. $2.99 will give you a shout out after each episode. So that's just going above and beyond, and I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.